Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and it's quick lesson. We're just going to get into, this truth requires, keyword, it requires you to sacrifice, right? Sacrifice whatever you need when it comes to serving Yahweh Bashem Shah. Whether it be one of your hobbies, you just get to do it less, right? You might be doing your hobby, you might be cool and all, you want to even get better at your hobby, but is it interfering with you serving the Lord? Taking away study time, making it harder for you to make lessons? Then you probably need to cut back on it. Hell, shit, sometimes it might get to the point to where you might have to cut it off just for a little bit. Because, our situation, that's one thing the Lord does, man. He keeps us on our toes, man. Our situation can change at a moment's notice. You might be used to, working out on these certain days. You got Sabbath. Sabbath can easily interfere with that. Oh, man, okay, now I got to move my days to this. I got to adjust to this now. You got to work your way around camp. Okay, I can't make sure I don't really do this before camp because I know I might be tired at camp and I know I need to be, on point. These are just small examples, and ultimately you have to examine yourself and see what's good for you because every brother's different. Of course, brothers are going to give you advice and, you take heed to them advices, but, you as well. You know what works best for you. That's what it really boils down to. So that's why it's so important to examine yourself so you can know, okay, what's evil for and what's not. All right, if I do this, I'll be good. All right, I'll do this, I'll still be able to serve the Lord. I can make my lesson, I can study. It just all works out, but I just won't get to do what I want to do like that. Right? That's fine. Lord said we got to present our body as a living sacrifice. Matter of fact, that's one of the scriptures. I'm going to go ahead and get that. Now, before I get that, let's go ahead and get the word sacrifice. I'm going to get it in a Google definition. Right? And this is one of the definitions that I liked personally on this one. All right, and this is for the word sacrifice. It says an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy, right? So this truth requires you to give up things that are valuable to you, because that's really what makes it a sacrifice, man. When you actually value it, like for example, your woman. Jake love woman, right? What Jake wants to give up, just wants to give up woman, knowing that getting boxed is already scarce as it is. Like who wants that? But the Lord have it said to are you gonna give her up, or you gonna serve? You gonna give her up and serve me, or you gonna serve her? Pretty much, because this was gonna boil down to, right? You lose your woman in the truth. That's a sacrifice, because guess what? You ain't getting boxed as consistent you was. All right, your bed's gonna be a little cold at night because you're by yourself. You ain't got no, basically comfort when you come home. You get off of work, you just chilling. You ain't got no girl to sit there that's happy to see you, give you kisses and shit, let alone talk to like that. That's a sacrifice, man, because it hurts. That's really what makes a sacrifice, because it hurts. It doesn't feel good, right? And that's in the Lord. And Yahweh Bashem Shah, he values that, man. He values that, and he chooses things that he know that that's meaningful to you, or have some kind of meaning to you, to where to test you, see if you're going to sacrifice it. And sacrifice it doesn't mean you have to just completely give it up. Like I said, with the hobbies and stuff, you don't mean just complete. You ain't got to completely give it up. If you're able to, but it can also just mean just dialing back for a little bit. You might have to give it up for a little bit, or just do it a little less. however the Lord has it set. And that's just how it is, you know. And we're doing all this in hopes to be saved, man. Right? In hopes to be saved from the destruction that is coming upon this wicked ass generation, this wicked place. Because we're doing this for what? For kingship, man. We're doing this to be, Lord willing, considered one day friends of Yahweh Shah. Yes, it hurts now, man. It doesn't feel fucking good, man. It hurts. It sucks. It's annoying. It's irritating. Like, dang, man, I can't do this. I'm trying to do this, but the Lord blocking it off. There's a reason why He blocking it off, and you're starting to catch on to it. It's like, damn, man, it sucks, man. You know? But it is what it is. You know, you sacrifice it. Hey, call out Yahweh Shah, man. Right? Everything can change at a moment's notice. And Lord, He does that. You know, He does that, you know, just within my short time being in His walk. He does that a lot. You know, you might have a good situation in your job and the Lord just have it set up. All right, well, I got to change some things up. Keep you on your toes. Right now, your job is shaky. All of a sudden, you done run out of, you know, you done messed up too many times at your job or something. Hell, you might just lose your job abruptly. You be like, dang, I thought I was doing good. I was on time. I was working. I was trying. I was getting better. Lost your job. Now you got to go look for another one. It's anything can happen in a moment's notice, man. Hell, you could be working out and you hurt yourself. Oh man, you done ripped a muscle or something, and now you can't really work like that. You just never know, man. You know, that's just how the Lord moves. But you know, just being in the truth, man, it requires sacrifice. Because as brothers say, man, your life should revolve around the truth. So anything you're actually doing outside of the truth, it's ultimately extra. It's a bonus. It's a plus, really. Right? But the truth shouldn't evolve around your life. Right? Meaning you just do the truth. You just do what you just do whatever you want when you can get to it. Whether it's making lessons, studying, bro. Lord doesn't fuck with that, man. You put the Lord first. And that's not an easy thing to do. You know, things are constantly changing, man. You know, it sucks when you get into a good little habit. You know, a good habit, you can have everything set up. Oh, y'all do this at this time, and boom, moment notice it's changed. 2 hours can make a fat ass difference, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1, and in the top it says dedicated service. Says, I beseech you, brethren, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. So it's our reasonable service to present our bodies as a living sacrifice unto the Lord, meaning our life revolves around Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And it's our reasonable service, man, because we know, as Scripture said, man, that our lives are not our own. We don't own these lives that we have, these bodies. The Lord does. And what's the whole duty, man? It's to fear the Lord and keep His commandments. Simple as that. Fear Yahweh Bashem Shai and keep His commandments. Right? That's what us as men is put on this earth to do. As for you women, it's to serve your man. You serving the Lord is you serving your man ultimately. And if you ain't got a man, then you really should be looking for one. But in the meantime, you still serve the Lord. But don't think that there's a scapegoat for you not getting a man. You have to have a one man. Your purpose is to serve a man. Simple as that. If you don't like it, oh well. All right. I'm going to read verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So, you know, being not conformed to this world, man. As you grow within this truth, you know, you learn how to, manage your time better. Well, even when you are sacrificing things, you just pretty much just revolving your life around this truth to the best of your ability, right? And in the midst of that, it gets easier. But you know what brothers say, man. New level, new devil. So every time you level up, it's just another devil you got to deal with. That's all it is. right? That level 5 demon might be too easy for you, man. All right, you got to go up to level 6. You done leveled up to level 6. Now you got to go to now the demons got to go up to level 6. Oh man, now you're dealing with something new. Hell, sometimes it might be the exact same thing, just the demons are stronger. That's just how it is sometimes. But yeah, man, the Lord, he wants that exclusive service, man. I mean, like I read the title, it says dedicated service, man. He wants you to be dedicated to y'all, dedicated onto him, right? Your life revolving around this truth. Like I said, to the best of your ability, though, man. You ain't gonna be perfect. We ain't finna be able to keep every single Sabbath. But if it is possible to keep the Sabbath we are on, do so to the best of your ability. Don't sit out there going working out. You sitting there pumping, all right, going crazy when you're supposed to be chilling, a day of rest. Stuff like that. But what else? Oh yeah, let me get this Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. And the title of this, it said, discipleship is costly. What does it cost to be a disciple of Yahushua? Let's see. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. It says, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Right? So you have to deny yourself, meaning what? Deny what you want, right? What makes you happy, and come serve Yahweh Bashem Shai. It says, and take up his cross and follow me. So you got to take up his cross. You taking up your crosses, you bearing them sufferings you got to deal with that comes with you being in this truth, man. Right? Take up your cross, man. Them sufferings you got to carry. You partaking into Yahweh Shai's sufferings, man. Meaning that majority of the time things ain't going to go your way anyway. Right? Because something, like I said, something always happens. We in hell. Something's always going to happen. Especially if you're in the truth. Because Lord, he's trying to shape you to the man he wants you to be. So it's really not going to go your way. Right? It already don't go your way like that in the world. But once you get in the truth, it's even worse. But, it's all for the namesake of Yahweh Bashem Shai, though. That's the difference. Right? It's all for Yahweh Bashem Shai that we may be partakers of, of immortality. Being part of them first fruits, Lord willing, ultimately. Right? So this truth requires you to sacrifice. And really, mainly what you're sacrificing is your time, which is the most valuable thing to a man. His time. Right? You have to make time for your Yahweh Bashem Shai. And if you don't, then you're doing this. You're doing too much of something else. Right? Hell, hours might pick up at your job, right? And you still want to work out or something, but you need to study. You ain't been studying for a couple days or something. Who knows? You're like, damn, maybe I'm just going to have to kind of skip out on working out, or I got to cut it hella short. 2 workouts or something. However, it is for you. However it is for you, man. It's just like, these are the things you got to do. And it doesn't feel good, man. Like Jake like to do things that make him happy. Whether it may be the game, may be hooping, playing football, swimming, making music. Jake like to do things that make him happy. But if it gets in the way of the truth to where you're not being, what's the word? Where you're not producing for Yahweh Bashem Shai, then it's a problem. And it requires you to, something got to give. It's either you going to give up the truth or you going to give up whatever you doing that's getting in the way. Easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. All this is easier, way far easier said than done. But it's doable. I'm going to go ahead and read that word, the definition for sacrifice again, one more time. This is the word sacrifice. It says an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. Right? That's true sacrifice right there. You giving up something that's value to you. Your hobbies are they're your hobbies. You value your hobbies. That's why they're your hobbies. It's something you love to do, right? That's something valuable to you, and then you have to give that up, let alone do it or do it less. It's like, damn, man, like you don't want that, but you have to for something more important or worthy, which is the truth. This is for it's more important and it's worthy. I give or take, you got your hobbies. You do the best you can, bro. Ultimately, but as you grow in this truth, man, you learn more how to move, how to manage your time. But it's the Lord's always changing up your situation. There's gonna be times you're not gonna be able to do your hobbies like that. As well, it is gonna be times when you are able to. And it is what it is. Just as long as you make it time for your how about Shem Shah to the best of your ability, making your lessons, reading, studying, putting in the work ultimately. And I'm gonna look at some of the. I might get some of the words, because one of the words I'm looking at is one that says giving up, and one of them says, even though it's kind of blurred out, surrender, renouncing. Oh man, let me see this. Say renouncing, formally declare one's abandonment of a claim, right, or possession. Renounce, loss. These are the things you got to deal with when it comes to sacrifice. Man, loss. Like I said, woman is like a welcome to the truth. Losing your woman is like a welcome to the truth type of thing, right? But yeah. Anyways, Lord willing, y'all was edified. Lord willing, it reached whoever it needed to reach. But yeah, man, you gotta sacrifice, man. Hurts, doesn't feel good, but hey, it's worth it. Go read Romans 8 and 8. Nope, Romans 8 and 18, my bad. But anyways, Lord willing, I was edified. I'm in it all by saying Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yasharala.